Hello students, I hope you are doing fine. Today we are going to learn about latent heat in the chapter Matter in our Surroundings. Students, we have already discussed the definition of latent heat. What is latent heat? The heat required to convert a solid into a liquid or a liquid into vapor without change of temperature. Latent means hidden. Hidden means which is not visible. So, when one state change into another, there is no change in temperature as the energy required for the conversion of state is absorbed through energy called latent heat of energy, which is present in the molecule. Latent heat of fusion means the energy or the heat energy required to convert 1 kg of ice into liquid without change in temperature. The latent heat of fusion of ice is 3.36 into 10 to the power 5 joule per kg. Latent heat of vaporization is the heat required to change 1 liter of water into vapor state without change in the temperature. So the latent heat of vaporization of water is 22.6 into 10 to the power 5 joule per kg. Students, as we know that the evaporation is a process in which liquid state is converted into vapor state on heating. So evaporation is a process which is dependent on different factors. What are they? Like temperature, surface area, humidity, and the speed of the wind. So these factors may increase or decrease the rate of evaporation. So the first factor which affects the rate of evaporation is temperature. The rate of evaporation of liquid can be increased by heating. The more the temperature, the more will be the rate of evaporation. For example, quick drying of clothes, wet clothes in summer as compared to winter. As the temperature in summer is more as compared to the temperature in winter, so the wet clothes dry faster in summer as compared to winter. The second example is the formation of water vapor above a hot cup of tea. Water vapors are frequently seen to rise from a hot cup of tea, but not from a cold cup of tea. If you keep 2 cups, 1 cup of cold tea and the other cup of hot tea, you will see that water vapor will rise from hot cup of tea, not from cold cup of tea. So the temperature affects the rate of evaporation. So the other factor which affects the rate of evaporation is surface area. The rate of evaporation increases on increasing the surface area. The more will be the surface area, the more will be the rate of evaporation. With the help of a small activity in your home only, you can understand how surface area affects the rate of evaporation. If you put hot tea in a cup and in a saucer, you will observe that the hot tea present in the saucer will cool rapidly as compared to the hot tea present in a cup. Likewise, when we put wet clothes for drying, we spread them so that the surface area gets increased and the rate of evaporation get increased as well, so that the wet clothes will dry faster. So that happens in drying of grains. When grains are dry, they are also spread so that the surface area gets increases and the moisture present in the grains gets evaporated. So now we will move on to next factor which affect the rate of evaporation, that is humidity. What is humidity? Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in the air at some definite temperature. As in a previous video, we have already seen through a small activity that air contains water vapor. So the water vapor holding capacity of air is limited. If there are more water vapor present in air, means the air is more humid, which means it cannot hold more water vapor. Therefore, the rate of evaporation decreases. In other case, when water vapors are present in less amount in air, then the air is less humid. So, the rate of evaporation automatically increases. So, that is how humidity affects the rate of evaporation. Also, the example of this is slow drying of wet clothes in rainy season. As you can clearly, as you may have observed that the wet clothes take very long time to get dry in rainy season as compared to summer season. The other factor which affect the rate of evaporation is wind. The greater the speed of the wind, the more will be the rate of evaporation, as wind will carry the water vapor present in the air, making space for more water vapors. The last factor which affect the rate of evaporation is the nature of the liquid. The more the density of the liquid, the more time will it take to get evaporated. For example, water is more denser than the acetone or the nail paint remover. If you will put water in one bowl and nail paint remover in another bowl, you will see that the nail paint remover will dry up very fast or will get evaporated very fast. So the rate of evaporation also depend upon the nature of the liquid. Students, you can see through a small activity in your home that latent heat causes cooling effect or evaporation causes cooling effect. If you will put a nail paint remover in your hands, you will see after some time you will feel cold in that particular area. Why? Because when that nail paint remover gets evaporated, it takes the heat from that particular area in your hand for getting evaporated. So this heat is called latent heat, and therefore whenever evaporation occurs, it causes cooling effect. So that's all for today, students. I hope you are learning and practicing. Stay home, stay safe.